First and foremost, it's the most popular objective, meaning the vast majority of advertisers, let's just say 95% of any given time, all advertisers are using the conversions objective. So there's just more competition for it. More competition rises costs. What's up, everybody? Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and today is the conclusion of my series on demystifying the various Facebook ad objectives. If you missed any of the other videos where I talk about the traffic objective, the reach objective, engagement, video views, guess what? They're all down below. So right after you get done watching this video, you can binge all the other ones. You're gonna have a fantastic time. I know it. But today we're concluding with conversions, which is everybody's favorite objective. Now, before I go any further, I do need to make a clarification, because depending on what interface you have, it actually might not even be called the conversions objective anymore. So if you're still on the old interface, like in this example right here, it is still called the conversions objective, and it is in the column all the way over to the right. You don't want to confuse it though with the lead generation objective, which you can see here in the middle. The lead generation objective is when you have a form that pops up on Facebook and people never go to a website, they fill out their information on the form, and then they go back to the newsfeed and keep on scrolling. Now, if you're on the new interface, it's actually called the leads objective, which obviously is super confusing because I just explained how the lead generation objective is not the same thing as the conversions objective. But within the leads objective, you can either choose what are now called instant forms, same thing as lead generation in the old interface, or you can go with signups, and that's the same thing as conversion. So I know super confusing, but bottom line is, if you're on the new interface, choose leads, and it defaults to website conversions, which is what you would know as conversions objective in the old interface. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing, but with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about when you want to use the conversions objective. And you want to use it whenever you want someone to take a very specific action, such as giving you their information, such as name, email, and maybe even sometimes phone number in exchange for something that's free, such as a lead magnet or a webinar, or you want them to give you their hard-earned cash by making a purchase, whether that's a $10 purchase or a $1,000 purchase. Regardless, you want to use the conversions objective in both those scenarios. But one thing that you want to keep in mind with the conversions objective is that there are two types of conversions that you can choose from when you're setting up your campaign. So you can either go with custom conversions, or you can go with what are known as standard events. So let's cover custom conversions first. This is all done inside of the Events Manager interface. If you then head over to custom conversions and then create custom conversion, you then need to give Facebook some parameters, and you want to tell it, hey, everyone that lands on a URL that meets this parameters, such as, for example, /thank you, then count that as a conversion. And then every single time someone lands on a page that meets that parameter, then it's going to count that as a conversion. Now, when you set this up, be very careful to make sure that the parameters you provide are unique to that one page that people are ultimately landing on. Whether it's a purchase confirmation page or simply a thank you page for something that's free, you want to make sure it's unique, because if you happen to have multiple URLs that fit that same parameter, then you're going to be getting a bunch of conversions when you're actually not getting those conversions, right? Because you're going to be getting data from other, features on your website or lead magnets or products that you're actually not running ads to, and you're going to be getting some false data. So be very confident when you put in those parameters that it's very unique to the thank you page or the confirmation page that you are sending traffic to. Or you can use standard events. So standard events are intimidating to a lot of people because it does require you to modify the Facebook pixel, but I promise you, as long as you know how to copy and paste, that's actually really simple. So this is always going to change depending on the specific platform you use for your landing pages, but here we're inside of the one I use, which is called Convertree. And if you just go to the section of your page builder where you can insert tags or scripts or analytics tracking to the head section, that's where you want to go. And you're going to paste your base pixel code. So just your regular old pixel with nothing special about it. You paste it right then and there. Then you want to open up a new tab and just do a quick Google search for Facebook standard events. And you want to click on the very first link that pops up there. And that's going to take you to the page that lists all the available standard events. events. Now, the most common ones I would say are lead, purchase, initiate checkout, and add to cart. But as you can see from this page right here, there are a ton of options. But in this example, we're gonna go with leads. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go back to the base pixel that I just pasted. And then underneath the FBQ track page view section, I'm gonna insert that right there. I paste it and then I click done and I am finished. So as long as you can copy and paste a couple different things, it's that simple. So which of these should you be using? Well, I recommend standard events for a couple of reasons. One, because of aggregated event measurement. Now that all has to do with the iOS 14.5 updates. If you don't know what that is, I can certainly do a video on it at a later time. Just let me know if you want me to in the comments below. But long story short, aggregated event measurement is an interface where you tell Facebook which conversions you want to be tracking. And if you're using custom conversions and you're constantly launching new products and promos, you have to create new custom conversions every single time, which means every single time you have to update aggregated event measurement, which is less than ideal because whenever you update aggregated event measurement, your ads will be paused for a period of time. But if you use standard events, that is not the case because you put in one standard event in there or two standard events and you can reuse those standard events for multiple products and promos, free or paid, and they all apply to the same standard event inside of aggregated event measurement. Meaning, if I am running ads to 10 different lead magnets and for each of those lead magnets I'm using the lead standard event, well then I don't need to make any changes because I already put my lead standard event inside of aggregated event measurement. I don't need to keep on updating it. I can just keep on reusing it and reusing it. The other benefit of the standard events is that they actually share data with one another. So in that example that I just gave you, where I'm running ads to 10 different lead magnets, they can all be completely different lead magnets that lead people to completely different thank you pages with completely unique URLs. But as long as they're all using the lead standard event, they're going to share data with one another, meaning lead magnet 5 is going to share data with lead magnet 1, and lead magnet 1 is going to share data with lead magnet 7, and so on and so forth. They're all going to be communicating with one another, helping each other optimize, build the profile of your ideal customer, and helping you get better results in the long run. That is not the case with custom conversions. A custom conversion is isolated, meaning it's only going to focus on the parameters that you have given Facebook, and that's it, right? So custom conversion 5 is not going to share any data with custom conversion 1, so on and so forth. So you're not going to get as good results in the long term as you could using standard events. Now, a couple things I've been saying here that I really want to emphasize though is that notice how I've been talking and emphasizing the thank you page aspect or the confirmation page aspect. Whenever you use the conversions objective or the leads objective, whatever interface you have, you want to make sure you're redirecting people to a thank you or a confirmation page because that's how you actually track people completing the desired action. Now, there actually is a way to record conversions without redirecting people to a thank you or a confirmation page, but it requires some web development work and some use of Google Tag Manager. And for most people, especially on this channel, they're solopreneurs or small businesses, and that can get pretty expensive. So really the most ideal scenario for 99% of people, especially the people watching this channel, just make sure you're redirecting them to a thank you page. All right, and before we move on, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps me know if this type of content is helpful to you. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any of the future videos that I put out. All right, let's keep on going with the conversions objective. What else do you need to know about this objective? Well, you also need to know that it's actually going to be the most expensive objective that you can run. So if you're running multiple campaigns with multiple objectives, let's say you have a conversions campaign, a video views campaign, and a traffic campaign in your ad account, and you're targeting the same exact audience, take a look at your CPMs, and you're gonna notice that the CPMs for the conversions objective, it's gonna be significantly higher than that of the video views or the traffic objective. Now, if you don't know what CPM is, hey, guess what? You are in luck. I actually have a video titled, What is CPM on Facebook? I will link it down below for you so that you can check it out after this video. But the reason that the conversions objective is the most expensive one is twofold. First and foremost, it's the most popular objective, meaning the vast majority of advertisers, let's just say 95% of any given time, all advertisers are using the conversions objective. So there's just more competition for it. More competition rises costs. The other reason it's the most expensive objective is because you get in front of the highest quality people, meaning you're getting in front of people that are either willing to give you their private information, such as their their email and maybe even their phone number, or you're actually getting in front of people that are willing to give you their hard-earned cash, whether it's for a cheap product, an expensive product, doesn't matter. That's very different than a person that is simply just willing to watch a video. And I'm not saying there's no place and time for the video views objective. There certainly is, and you'll find out if you watch my other videos, which are down below. But at the end of the day, right, watching a video is not nearly as valuable as someone giving you their email or giving you their hard-earned dollars. So you have to pay extra to get in front of those higher quality people. So those are the two reasons why the conversions objective is the most expensive one. And then the last thing you want to be aware of with a conversions objective is that you actually get to choose a conversion window. You get to choose either a 7-day conversion window or a 1-day conversion window. The default is actually a 7-day conversion window, but in most scenarios, I actually recommend the 1-day conversion window. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about right here when I say 7-day versus 1-day conversion window, guess what? You're in luck again, because I actually have 2 videos on this topic. One is titled 7-day versus 1-day, what is best for your business. That was the first video that I made. Definitely check it out. I have it linked down below. And the second one is 7-day versus 1-day revisited. And I recorded that one because things have changed with that topic after the iOS 14.5 update. So I am also linking that one down below. Be sure to watch both of them. That way you have a very good grasp on what the pros and cons are of each one. But as a very general and high level rule, typically if you're running ads to something that's free or you're running ads to a product less than $100, I would generally use the 1-day conversion window, and to anything that's above $100, that's when I would want to use the 7-day conversion window. But like I said, it defaults to 7 days. So if that is the case, make sure you are switching it over to the 1-day conversion window. So that is everything that there is to know really when it comes to the conversions objective. Like I said, it is going to be at the end the most valuable one you can use because it's going to drive revenue to your website either directly or indirectly. So it's a very fun and convenient objective to have in your arsenal. Like I said, all the other videos inside of this series are linked down below, so go ahead and watch them. If you have any questions about the conversions objective, be sure to let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions for you. Here are 2 more videos for you to check out. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.